So we are recording this. So if any of your colleagues are unable to be here for the announcements, I will happily share the link with everybody after the program, and you're welcome to share it far and wide. But thank you guys for joining us this afternoon. And we are super excited about recognizing industry and others who have been supporting and communicating the importance of renewable energy education. I'm Remy Pengel. I'm the Executive Director of Repowering Schools. And I know most of you on the call know me and hopefully know Repowering Schools, but I wanted to just take a second to just let you know a little bit about our organization. We are a 501c3 that is inspiring the next generation for the renewable energy industry by supporting and connecting industry with K-12 schools, K-12 educators, universities, and colleges, with the idea that we would like to boost opportunities for these students to build the diverse and sustained workforce that we need for a clean energy future. And by educating these students and communities about renewable energy, we hope to increase the pool of qualified labor and inform citizens so that they can make educated energy decisions. We work at not only the national level, but we also work at the state level. At the state level, we have a wonderful network of folks that are engaging in lots of activities like assisting in project development of demonstration projects at schools, hosting K-12 classroom activities, lending libraries and challenges, hosting teacher professional development for K-12 educators, and at the university level, offering courses, clubs, competition teams, and research opportunities. And last but not least, also getting out there and outreaching to the community and providing assistance to communities as that's needed. At the national level, we're starting to do a lot more. First of all, we have this amazing recognitions program, and we're happy again to have you here today to recognize the amazing work being done in the renewable energy education space. We've also been fortunate to have funds to provide travel scholarships for students and educators to attend industry conferences. We started this year in hosting college student sessions on career awareness, career planning, and conference preparation. So if they're going to like an SPI or an ACP, making sure they understand what they're walking into. And we hope in the future that we'll be able to provide mini grants for school projects. And one of the other things that we've been heavily involved in is the Clean Energy Education and Workforce Alliance, which is something that came from the Renewable Energy Education Summit that we hosted in February along with KidWin. So we've got a lot going on, but we want to definitely thank our sponsors, PFMG Solar and EDP Renewables, as we couldn't do all of this without their great support. And we look forward to continuing to do all of these great things. And one of those things is to recognize these industry champions and special recognition awards today. So with that, we're going to get back to the awards part of the day. And we wanted to recognize all of our nominees. We had so many nominations. I was so excited for all of the input. So I want to first and foremost thank everybody here who nominated somebody. It was a hard decision to pare it down. And so we definitely want to recognize all of our nominees. So in the industry champion category, our nominees were AES, Enel, EDP Renewables, Matanuska Electric Association, Prometheus Solar, Susan Innes, and the U.S. Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. So congratulations to all of those nominees. Within our special recognition category, we had a huge input here. So we want to congratulate Megan Ansler with Self-Reliance, Matt Kellum with Dominion Energy, Kat Mosley with Apex and AES, and now on to bigger and better things. Chris Rose with the Alaska Renewable Energy Project, Dan McGuire, the American Corn Growers Foundation, Rich Vanderveen with Mackinac Power, the National Society for Black Engineers, and the Virginia Department of Energy. So again, thank you to everybody who submitted a nomination. I want to congratulate all of our nominees because you guys are doing great things, and we look forward to continuing to work together to advance that renewable energy workforce. Okay, so now on to the fun stuff. We're going to start with, I don't know, can you see it? I can't see it because I moved my screen. Whoa, spoiler alert, gotcha. All right, we're going to start with the industry champions. So you are aware, our industry champions, we were looking for companies within the renewable energy industry that understand the value of renewable energy education at all levels. And they support those efforts in multiple states and understand the value of directly investing in workforce development and community education. So with that, our first our industry champion award goes to Enel. Oh my gosh, my screen, I'm so sorry. Okay, so our first energy industry champion award goes to Enel, and this is in recognition of their ongoing and sustained support of investments in renewable energy education. Do we have anyone from Enel or the anyone who, Kathy, who nominated them? Do anyone want to say some words?
I think Marcus and Trish and Jesse are on here.
Yeah.
And this is Kathy. And I would just like to ask Marcus, Trish, or Jesse to say a few words.
Yeah, but firstly, thank you, Kathy, for the kind and generous nomination. And thank you, Remy, and the rest of the board at Repowering Schools for the acknowledgement. You know, it's really fun to be on a call with you know, so many like-minded educators and professionals all pulling in the same direction on renewables education, and we like to call internally classroom to career you know, work. And I want to allow my colleague Trish to say a few remarks as well. But I'll just say that you know, I've been in this industry, the clean energy space for almost 20 years, and it's been really exciting to see the scale and the speed to which renewable energy education is expanding and deepening within many of our at least markets that we serve here at Enel. We first made meaningful contributions to renewable energy education going back to 2006, at least within Enel. When we brought online one of our first utility scale wind farms in upstate New York, known as the Fenner Wind Energy Project, and there a group of you know, civic leaders and educators pulled together with our support and started what's now called the Free Center, or the Fenner Renewable Energy Education Center. So if any of folks on this call have been in that part of upstate New York, would strongly encourage you to visit the Free Center. 2012, fast forward a few years, we partnered with some partners in the state of Kansas to provide a STEAM-based outreach education program that included clean energy topics to bring STEAM education to rural communities across Kansas. And then I remember fondly meeting Kathy back in 2016 at an event in Oklahoma City where we came together and subsequently, due to Kathy's leadership and commitment, brought the first Oklahoma KidWin Challenge to the state of Oklahoma in 2017, and we've been going strong there in that state ever since. The last thing I'll state is, you know, Enel, we have a global commitment linked with the Sustainable Development Goal number 4 for quality education, SDG 4, to help contribute 2.5 million beneficiaries or recipients of educational support and services by 2030. In the United States, we hold targets to achieve over 20,000 student beneficiaries per year and over 500 educator beneficiaries per year. So we are contributing directly towards you know, access and engagement around quality education, STEM, STEAM, and renewables, and could not do that without the incredible partnerships with educators like Dr. Woodblack, Kathy Jackson, and over 20 other institutions and academic partners that we have across many of the states we operate. So it's incredibly important to our industry. Thank you and credit to all of our partners. Trish, who works with a lot of our on the ground activities, could maybe say a few words about her direct experience leading our outreach and education in Oklahoma and or Kansas. Trish?
Sure. Thank you, Marcus. And we are just honored to receive this award, but it actually goes to everybody. Like Marcus said, it's our partners that we work with. It's Kathy Jackson. It's Dr. Woodblack. It's everybody that has a vested interest in seeing renewable energy grow. And as industry, we should and are, as a NEL, involved in what happens in our education, because one day these kids in K through 12 are going to be doing what we do. So we need to make sure as industry that we're teaching a consistent message across the board. And I just want to thank all of our partners and educators that jump in and dive in and meet those needs for us on the field as well.
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing, and congratulations again for becoming an industry champion this year. We have the U.S. Bureau of Ocean Energy Management as our second industry champion. And I know, Casey, you're here, and I don't think that anyone from our office is here, but I know that our office at JMU nominated you for this award for all of the amazing support for our KidWin competitions over the years. Casey, did you want to say some words?
Sure. Thanks, Remy. We certainly appreciate the nomination and the award. And on BOEM's behalf, I want to thank you and Ian and John for all of the great coordination we've done over the last several years. In addition to your constantly evolving cast of interns and students at JMU for providing us the opportunity to participate and work directly with the workforce that is, in retrospect, I thought about it over the last couple of days, that I have been contacted with by folks who started out in the program who are now actively working in the industry. And it's so great to see that evolution, and we really thank you guys for the work that you have done over the last decade. I think that BOEM's participation in the KidWin and collegiate challenges, providing mentors and judges and additional support is probably, our scientists and engineers come away with as much value as hopefully the kids do from it. And that's just such a great balance that we are a relatively small branch in the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, but we are laying the groundwork for multiple careers and for development throughout the all of the coasts of the United States. So I wanted to thank you for the award today, and thanks for the opportunity, and look forward to continuing our relationships going forward.
Wonderful, Casey. Thank you. It's so good to hear that your folks get so much out of those interactions as well. That's wonderful to hear. Our last industry champion award goes to Susan Innes in recognition of her articulation of the value of developing an inclusive renewable energy industry. And Susan is on sabbatical, so she is not available to be here today. Is Charles here, who nominated her? I can't see my participant list. I wasn't sure if he was going to make the call.
I could jump in.
Sure, that'd be great, Ian. Thank you.
Yeah, so most of us probably know Susan, but the reason that she doesn't have a title under her name from the company that she represents, one is because she's on sabbatical this year, but Susan, over the last probably 2 decades or thereabouts, in whatever company she has been with, whether it's on the developer side or the utility side, has always had kind of workforce development and STEAM as well as strong focus on expanding diversity and bringing women into the industry, and has done that for decades at wherever she has been. So she's an industry champion because she is from the industry and provides that kind of leadership, dedication, and drive at all of the companies that she's at. And then that drive sticks with the companies when she departs and goes someplace else. So we're not giving out lifetime achievement awards, and Susan will be working in the industry for many years to come. So can't really give her that at this point. We'll have to save that for a few years, but wanted to recognize everything that she's done so far.
Wonderful. Thanks, Ian. And that is our industry champion. So congratulations again to Anel and Boehm and Susan for their achievements this year. We're very proud of you and look forward to lots of more wonderful things and working together with you. So with that, I'm going to move to our, stuck, hold on. There we go, our special recognition awards. And so our special recognition awards are awards that are going to individuals or organizations that have made substantial contributions to renewable energy workforce development efforts and have consistently and meaningfully supported those efforts over several years. And this is a category that we created because in the spring we recognize educators, in the fall we recognize industry, and then there's this kind of group of folks that fall outside of those two categories. And that's where this special recognition category comes from. And we are excited this year to have 3 special recognition awards, first of which goes to Dan McGuire. So Dan McGuire is being recognized for his many miles spent articulating the role renewable energy can play in support of farming communities and their students nationwide. And so, Ian, I know that you were somewhat behind this nomination, and Dan, I believe you're here. So if the two of you would like to unmute and say some words, we'd love to hear more from the both of you.
Well, thank you. This is a surprise and an honor. It's a real privilege, you know, working with all of you at the wind powering or the repowering schools program, and you know, and everyone at NREL and DOE and so forth. You know, the program, as I think about it, fits the real education and career development needs of the U.S. economy at this point in history. Maybe now more than ever, given the environmental and climate issues and challenges that we face. So we need the STEM-related careers and the expertise and all that goes with it that repowering schools, NREL, DOE, the University WACS, community colleges, the K-12, high schools and renewable energy developers, and the utilities. And all of the developers that work with the utilities in all of our states. You know, that means NPPD, OPPD, LES in Nebraska. It occurs to me, pardon me, occurs to me that my role with the American Corn Growers Foundation and as a consultant with NREL, I've been working with NREL DOE all of this century, right at 2 decades now, and working with Ian. And back before that, I recall Larry Flowers mentioning the Wind for Schools concept. And I think that idea occurred to me at the time to be a good one. I think history proves that to be true. I recall Phil Doherty, I think, was DOE in DC at the time in about maybe the year 2000 or thereabouts. It was early 2000s. And the American Corn Growers Foundation was doing rural outreach for NREL, or for that program. And so we were at the farm and trade shows, and then the Wind for Schools program was a real natural fit. And, you know, I have to say that NREL made it easy for us through Ruth Baranowski and all of her great educational publications and resources that she provided. And so I need to say that the University WACS, Remy, you, Jerry Hudgens at the University of Nebraska, Jerry was there in our first meeting in 2007 when we launched this program. It was at his office and at the University of Nebraska. And he provides the greatest expertise in electrical and computer engineering, and does the direct course development with the K-12 schools and their teachers, STEM-related teachers. So I think I also need to thank Congressman Jeff Fortenberry from Nebraska, who has been a long time ongoing supporter of this program. So thanks to him. The American Corn Growers Foundation, I should mention, has been a national leader on renewable energy. I started working on renewable energy in about 1978, so that dates me pretty good. But the 80s and 90s on biofuels, and then wind and solar when we started working with NREL, and that was a natural fit. And now I think we have to say that repowering schools is a natural progression, because we really need all of your expertise and support in getting that next generation of engineers and all the STEM related careers. So upward and onward, repowering schools, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Wonderful. Ian, did you want to say anything, or are you good?
I would not follow the senior statesman with anything else.
Wonderful. Well, I think he covered it all.
Thank you, Ian. Working with you guys, NREL is the best, all of you out there.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, congratulations, Dan. So our second special recognition award goes to Rich Vanderveen with Mackinac Power. So this is in recognition of his sustained dedication to the Repowering Schools organization and to helping students find careers in the renewable energy industry. So I think this nomination came from Charles, who's also not here. But Rich was actually one of the very first board members for Repowering Schools. So a huge supporter of the organization, but is also known as Michigan's godfather of wind, and for years has promoted education and deployment of clean power, environmentalism, and sustainability in the Great Lakes region. So we're super excited to recognize Rich. I don't think he could be here with us today. So unless, Ian, if you wanted to say any words, or anybody else who is familiar with Rich that wants to say any words here, you're welcome to unmute.
So I can certainly step in if there's nobody else. So Rich has been a great supporter of Repowering Schools and the whole educational concept, but Rich's kind of true dedication to education writ large, a lot of work with schools, his whole blade project, bringing a wind turbine blade around to schools for people to sign, for students to sign, to really understand what wind meant, as well as his education of communities writ large. The idea of wind is a one coffee cup at a time project. And that's how you engage with communities and with people, is one cup of coffee, and you gauge success by how many cups of coffee you drink in the development of a project. And I think that kind of dedication to people, communities, real education about what it means to have wind in your backyard is kind of a light for all of us to follow.
That's awesome. I love that cups of coffee analogy. That's wonderful. It's so true. Wonderful. Well, congratulations to Rich. I'll make sure that he gets a copy of this awards program and sees all the wonderful words that were said about him. So last but not least, our last special recognition award and the last award of the day goes to the National Society for Black Engineers. So this is in that in recognition of their dedication to STEM education and collaboration with the KidWin Challenge to introduce a new population of students to wind and solar energy. And so this nomination comes from Mike Arquin with KidWind. And I think we have David here from NSBE, but I would be happy to read a little bit of the nomination just to kind of give you all some context. NSBE runs a very large educational program that brings STEM to all of their regional partners all over the US, and KidWind is one of many of these STEM competitions that NSBE supports. What Mike loves about this partnership is that the dedication to STEM and the collaboration with regional networks to find the students that might be interested in participating in KidWin challenges. So I think he's just super excited about this partnership, and we agree that it's a wonderful partnership to have. So with that, David, did you want to say a couple words?
Hey everybody, real quick. This award definitely comes as a surprise. See a couple of familiar faces, definitely Kathy and Jesse. Definitely appreciate your partnership, appreciate the opportunity to expose a whole different demographic of students to the opportunities of renewable energy, and really looking to really pushing forward due to that with some of our future engineers. So definitely greatly appreciated, and looking forward to doing more work with you all in the future.
That's wonderful. It's so nice to have you here, David. Thank you again, and congratulations again.
Thank you, thank you.
So congratulations again to all of our winners of today, our industry champions and our special recognition awards. And I want to also thank my board at Repowering Schools, as they were our judges for this competition. And it was a hard competition. Like I said, so many great nominations, and congratulations again to anyone who was nominated. I want to take just a minute, the end of our program, to thank everybody for coming, but also to remind you that you are welcome to hit our website at any point. It's repoweringschools.org. You can learn more about our organization, but you can also join our mailing list so you can receive updates and announcements. And some of those kinds of announcements that you might see would be upcoming events. And I wanted to share a couple of them with you right now. So these award programs are done by us, but we have started a new relationship with the Cleanie Awards, if you're all familiar with them. And we have a joint award called Collegiate Excellence Award. And those nominations have come in, they've been judged, and the announcements will be made on November 16th. And you can go to their website and register to be part of that announcement. And see some of our amazing college students getting awarded by the Cleanie Awards. So that should be really cool. On top of that, we, like I said, have been working on some college student programming and webinars. And we will have some webinars on career awareness and career planning coming up in the following months, leading up to the ACP Clean Power event in May. And I know we have lots of industry on the call, so I'll just make that pitch that if you would like to be a participant on any one of those webinars, we would love to have you. And you can always email me at repoweringschools@gmail.com. Or if you join the mailing list, you'll just get the announcement when we're looking for participants. And then last but not least, this is like hot off the books here, that the Clean Energy Education and Workforce Alliance is going to have our second virtual conference. So this is following on the success of the inaugural Renewable Energy Education Summit that we held in February, along with KidWin. Many of you were participating in that event. And we have confirmed that we will be holding our second on January 13th of 2022. It will be virtual on Hopin. And we'll have way more details coming out on the website as that gets developed. So I just want to say thank you again to everybody for coming in today. And I will happily stay on. And if you guys have any questions or just want to take yourself off mute and yell and scream because you're so excited, I will be here. And congratulations again to all of our winners and to all of our nominees.
Thank you, Remy. Thank you for all your great work and your board's great work, and Ian and NREL's involvement and all of the industry partners. I didn't name them all from our Nebraska consortium, but there are a bunch of great folks out there. So along with Jerry Hudgens at the University of Nebraska Wind Application Center and all the WACs, I think we cannot say enough about them and the key critical essential role that they play and are going to play down the road. We just need to get them the resources that makes the program bigger and better.
Agreed. Well said, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. I'll be happy to stay on. Like I said, if anybody wants to chit chat or hang out, I'll be here.